Hello guys, welcome back to another video here. Excuse me, got a clear my throat. It's Stephen here the day after Manchester City's very impressive 3-1 win away at Goodison Park. I tell you what, it felt nice to look back this morning knowing that City hadn't let us down, and things were feeling, things were feeling pretty tense before the game at one point, but City absolutely turned it around and made pretty much a statement win. It was very nice to witness that. It really, really, really was. Guys, do say hello in the chat if you are. I'm only 52 subscribers away. 52 subscribers away from 69,000. If you get there very soon, it would be most appreciated. So if you're watching this, you're new to the channel, you've not subscribed yet, please do hit the subscribe button. Consider it a late Christmas present to a fellow Manchester City fan. Consider it maybe a little kind of extra present to give the video a like as well at the same time, or maybe a New Year's present. It would be most appreciated. Of course, we're going to talk about plenty of things from the game today. Once again, it isn't an exhaustive list, as always, of everything we could go through. There's loads I talked about in the match reaction. Of course, watch the fan view live as well, where we talked about plenty of things from the game, including, I think there was like 6-7 City fans who had a chat to me after the game. It was good fun as well. Overall, though, I'm sort of on cloud 9 post that, because I think we needed that. We really, really did. Before I get into this video, I want to talk about this wonderful prize available over on Football Prizes. You can win a signed and framed Phil Foden shirt. Wonderful stuff. It costs £3.95 to enter, 165 tickets, and the competition is drawn on New Year's Day at 7:30. It's all totally legit. It's basically a raffle, basically. And if you want to win a signed and framed Phil Foden shirt, I mean, imagine that on your wall. Your bedroom wall, your office wall, your studio wall, wherever. It'd be absolutely wonderful, wouldn't it? Head over to Football Prizes right now by clicking the link in the description below. If you choose ticket number 31 as well, you've got a chance to win a signed and framed Ederson shirt as well, which would be lovely. I think it's signed and framed, was it? Just an Ederson shirt. And if 31 came out, you also get Phil Foden as well, if that came out. So it's sort of like an extra potential prize. You choose a number. If it's got, you could get 2 prizes, basically, if that's how it works. But either way, go and give it an answer. 95 tickets sold, only 70 left available. You get a pretty special piece of memorabilia. One day, Phil Foden will probably be seen, in my opinion, as maybe our greatest ever. So if you want to win that while he's still pretty young, go and do it right now. Head over to Football Prizes, and good luck to all who enter. And do put my name down on there if he says how you found the prize, if you do enter. So let's get on to the first thing we need to talk about. It has to be Phil Foden, doesn't it? It has to be Phil Foden. Phil Foden through the middle is the one. I nearly put as well that Phil has proven he's the heir to KDB. I nearly put that Phil should always be on the pitch, but then I decided actually it's that he has to be through the middle. I saw a really interesting tweet today from someone who I can't remember the name now on Twitter. I'm so sorry to whoever it was, but they went through all his stats per game and noticed a very nice little pattern here. If Phil Foden has less than 50 touches on the ball during a game, City probably don't win. They probably don't win. If he has around 60, he has a good game and City probably do win. If he has around 70 touches, he's probably going to get man of the match, score a goal, and City win comfortably. There's a very nice pattern there. The essential conclusion is that if Phil Foden's on the ball, good things are going to happen. We need to get this world-class young Manchester City fan on the ball. And I saw another good point yesterday. We forget just how young he is, Phil Foden. He's still way younger than the ages that David Silva and Kevin De Bruyne signed for us. He's only 23 years old. David Silva was... How old was David Silva when he signed for Manchester City? Let me quickly Google. David Silva signs for Man City. David Silva, I want to say about 24, 25. It was 2010. 24 he was, so he was a year or so younger than than David Silva. I mean, we know how that went in the end. So Kevin De Bruyne was about 25, 26 when he signed. So he's very young. We forget how long it takes for players to reach their peak. And Phil yesterday, look, that was a performance of class. I love that performance from Phil yesterday. I mean, it was everything I wanted to see from what we know is a special footballer. It was just so impressive to watch him step up and take the game by the scruff of the neck. I mean, with Phil Foden, we know how talented he is, but I've always wanted to see him become the main guy and just take control of the game. I said at half-time during the watch-along, I don't think we're playing that badly, but what we really need is someone to go, no, we're not losing this game. We're not losing it. And just go for it. And Phil was that man yesterday. 23-year-old Phil Foden, lifelong Manchester City fan. He's won it all. But yesterday he said, no, this is not enough. And you can see just how happy Pep Guardiola is there with Phil Foden. Apparently Pep went over to the fans afterwards and said, like, sing for this guy. He was pointing at Phil Foden and getting the fans to sing for him. And that will mean so much to Phil. Look at the pearly whites on Phil there. He had his teeth absolutely on show. He's grinning his arse off. He's buzzing. And because he knows just how much the club love him, but he knows how much the fans love him. But I think he's grinning because he's realised he actually turned that game around for Man City. And that will hit hard for him. And in the absence of Kevin De Bruyne, we know how much he wants to play central, and he's getting that chance. He was asked after the game about him playing central, and I think he said something like, long may it continue. Because that's where he sees his future, and rightfully so. I don't mind him playing in other positions, I really don't. But Phil through the middle, there is not many players in world football that I trust to take the key from Kevin De Bruyne, pick up the mantle and carry on where Kevin De Bruyne left off. And I think Phil was one of them. Absolutely. Give Phil a bit of time to become the main man, become that guy, and he will lead this team to glory, even more glory. Phil, absolutely excellent yesterday, and I'm buzzing to see it. Once again, guys, 100 people watching, 31 likes. You can do better. You know you can. So get the likes up, subscribe to the channel. It is massively appreciated. Hello to Ben, Caribbean, Sean, EXO, Your Daily, Marshall, Dharma, Pivan, Anonymy in the chat. It's good to see you all, guys. Thank you for saying hello in the chat, and do get your comments in. It is appreciated. And I do have that kit, actually, EXO. I do. It's a lovely kit. Very much. I love that kit. Let's go on to the second point. I want to talk about the title hunt is on. It is on. I'm sorry, guys. It absolutely is on. That doesn't mean we're going to win it, but I think we saw something yesterday to be encouraged by. Pep was very positive in the post-game press conference. He talked about how he felt like his players were on it. He said a little anecdote how on the plane back from Saudi Arabia after we won the Club World Cup final, he was listening to his players. He was overhearing. He sort of listening when he didn't even know he was listening. He said he was just sat there listening, and he heard his players talking about the Everton game, and he said, "Wow, that's my team." And I guess what he meant by that is, he was just proud to create a culture where the players have just won a World Cup final, World Cup club final, and all they're focusing on is the next game. As a manager, you can win stuff, but you want to create a culture. You want to create a mentality in the team where they want to go again. They want to prove people wrong. And I can't imagine how proud he must have felt hearing that. And the result showed it yesterday. I thought we played pretty well until we lost our head a little bit for 10-15 minutes, conceded that goal. But the second half, Guardiola said you need to show people why you are Club World Cup champions, why you wear that badge right there over your heart. You need to show it. And they did. They came out and took the game by the scruff of the neck, and they won. And to me, when I see that reaction, and I see that reaction after what could have been a really difficult game, after winning the Club World Cup, and with De Bruyne, Diaz and Doku and so on, all hopefully to come back soon, and Haaland, of course, as well, I get excited because I think the title hunt is absolutely on. Arsenal, Liverpool are really good. And I think this game tonight, isn't it? Is it West Ham Arsenal tonight? Fingers crossed West Ham can do us a favour. But I see the encouraging signs. I see encouraging signs from the City side to know that they absolutely can turn this round. They can chase down. I think if City put a winning streak together of 7, 8, 9, 10 games, it'll be over. We'll do it. Third thing is Alvarez deserves respect. Alvarez gets a lot of criticism every now and then. He does from people, and sometimes myself in terms of his form. But Alvarez, once again, I saw some stats going around. I think of the 20 goals or assists he's made this season, 15 of them have been to equalise or put Man City ahead. That is just stupid. 15 of his goals have been clutch goals, to put it in Twitter speak. They've been important goals at important times when his team need them. Alvarez has a way of finding back of the net just when Man City need him to, or do something. It's wonderful stuff. It's wonderful stuff. And right now, look, two goals in the Club World Cup final, a big penalty yesterday, a really important penalty. Did he get an assist yesterday as well? I can't remember. Either way, he got a few key passes, I think. He was just really impressive again. And by the way, I think he's the only 20 goals and assists in 27 games this season, by the way, which is really impressive. I think he's the only player to ever wear the World Champions badge at both club and international level. He's got it on his international shirt. He's got it on his club shirt. He's worn all the badges, the Champions League, the Copa Libertadores, Premier League. Oh, he's just a special footballer, man. Absolutely. And even if his form isn't always perfect, he's having quietly a brilliant season. It's just stupid. What a fantastic player. Alvarez deserves respect, and I'm very, very happy for him. What a player. The third thing I want to talk about is... Oh, that's the fourth thing. Oh, no, I'm on the fourth thing already. Grealish... Jack Grealish is back to his best. I know the second half was maybe a little bit quiet for Jack Grealish. But I really did feel in the first half, Jack Grealish was the shining light. He's really stepped up at the moment. Scoring goals, creating chances. He could have had 2 or 3 assists in that first half with a little bit of luck. Jack was so positive yesterday. It's exactly what you want to see from Jack Grealish. He was aggressive, running at Everton time and time again, driving past people, trying to create chances. And then even the second half where the ball wasn't reaching him an awful lot, he was so diligent and so focused in his game. He kept the ball perfectly. He didn't give it away. Alleviated pressure by riding the challenges and kind of drawing a little bit of attention. And obviously creating chances as well at the same time. Jack is... I think he's better than a lot of us remember. And I mean that in a nice way, because Jeremy Doku's come in and been electric and brilliant. I love Jeremy Doku, I really do. But I think it's fair to say Jack offers a very different skill set, a very mature skill set, which just sometimes is what you need. Like, everyone argues about Doku and Grealish, and to me, there's that gif where a guy goes, why not both? Both? Why not both? Exactly. That's how I feel about Jack Grealish. Why not both, man? Why not both? Because Jack is a key part of this team, and I think his mentality is really impressive. Jack absolutely flying right now, and I think he is back to his best. And I do see maybe a potential future for Jack playing through the middle as a left-sided 8, potentially. I don't know. I think we'll see a little bit of that when Doku's on the pitch as well. But what I do know is that I trust either of those wingers, and it feels actually right now we've got 2 top-class left wingers, and we've gone from having just the 1 to 2, and that's a wonderful turnaround, isn't it? And it means we have to have Phil out there as well. You know, we've got 2 quality wingers there. Phil can stay more central on the right, but I like it. I'm very happy for Jack Grealish. He's excellent. And even though we just had loads of positivity, we've had, Foden through the middle, we've had the title hunt being on, Alvarez deserving respect, Jack Grealish being back to his best. We've got to sort of end this video on a slight low note, unfortunately. We do have a John Stones problem. We can't deny that. It's so unfortunate, of course. He chased down an offside through ball and got injured in the process. I mean, I don't sort of blame the referees. They're doing what they're told to do, and it's just one of those things where it's bad luck, and unfortunately. It is bad luck. But at the same time, we can't deny that John Stones is made of glass. He's an injury-prone player. It looks like we're going to have no John Stones for 2 or 3 months now, potentially. The solution of that is going to be important, I said 2 or 3 months based on just a random guess. It could be longer, it could be less. But Guardiola said he looks pretty bad. So you presume a few months there. And you would guess at that point, looking towards the end of the season when Stones is back. Maybe the title race, if we were there. But it's a massive blow. We can't deny the quality that John Stones is having. I saw some people online today I think when people are frustrated, they sort of lose their heads a little bit. And I saw some people saying, we can't trust Stones, we need to sell him, blah, 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 which is just sort of throwing the baby out with the bathwater. No, we don't need to sell John Stones. What we simply need to do is just have a backup for John Stones that we trust. That is the point. Like, we have a small squad. We've got about 5 spaces available in our squad, and Guardiola always chooses to have a small one. Actually, if Stones is only going to play 25 to 30 games, 20 to 30 games a season, and be one of the best in the world when he does it, how about we just have a player who can play the other 20? Someone we can trust to do that. We don't need to sell John Stones. We just need to have an option that could do more than a good enough job if he's not available. John Stones is excellent. And I actually thought, I'm going to give him credit, I did think yesterday that when Akanji started to do that role, he was excellent. He was really good yesterday. I know he's not good as John Stones, but you could tell that Stones... Akanji had a couple of games away from that role, had a little bit of time to think about it, and he was really good yesterday, Akanji, when he stepped into that role, so you got to give him a little bit of credit. How City approach it will be crucial, though. Like, I do wonder how we'll go with that. Maybe we'll just simply not do it. Maybe we'll go more towards, a sort of traditional situation where we play Ake or Vardiol left back, ask him to kind of help in attack instead from push out wide, and I think we'll see a situation where we just have Kovacic alongside Rodri and then De Bruyne and Foden ahead of them potentially, something like that. I don't know how we'll do it, but I don't think we'll do the inverted thing as much when De Bruyne is back. We will see, but we have to pay attention to this. Asiku's asking in the chat about Nunes. I've got nothing to add about Nunes simply because I don't think anything's changed about Nunes. You guys, if you follow these videos, you know how I feel about Nunes. My view on Nunes is that he's potential. Like I said that after the Fluminense game and the UR Reds game, is that he looks really good there, but I still think he's potential. I don't think he's I don't think he's ready yet. I don't think he's close to ready. I think he's got a bit of ability, but he hasn't got the subtlety to his game. And I've been really consistent about those thoughts. And I still think Kovacic and Rodri are a much more balanced pairing. To me, I thought Kovacic when he came on yesterday was really good, and that's the pairing that I want to see. Kovacic, Rodri together. For me, right now, that's the most balanced pairing with Phil Foden ahead of him. I think it offers a lot of balance. I think Kovacic has had a couple of up and down games, but I think right now his form is pretty decent, pushing close to the start of the season. And I think with Kovacic there, Rodri feels a bit more empowered to go forward, and I think he brings out the best of both of them. So that's where I'm at with Nunes. I think Nunes is a good player, but I think people are getting a little bit carried away with his performances in the Club World Cup. I think he looked good, but I think the level... I think Nunes could be a player, but he's going to take time. It's just going to take time. I'm not expecting to see the best of Nunes for a while. He'll have the odd spell here and there, but he hasn't yet got the spatial awareness, in my opinion. I'm not even worried about his finishing, actually. I mean, most of our midfielders don't take that because we're not good finishers. To me, the issue with Nunes right now is that he gets caught on the ball because he's not used to that high intensity pressing because he played for Wolves or whatever. But when you play for Man City, you are going to get smothered. And B in the chat just talked about Vardiol playing in the Stones role. I think Vardiol would get smothered too, mate. And I mean that. I think Vardiol one day could do it, but it took Stones multiple years to learn how to play in midfield, because I think we see any ball playing centre back and go, they can play midfield. It's not about being able to pass. It's about having the 360 awareness. When you play left back or centre back, everything's in front of you all the time. When you play midfield, you get pressed from here and there. You have to be able to turn and see the whole pitch very, very quickly. And you got even midfielders like Nunes who spent all their life there. Nunes getting caught on the ball because he's not used to being pressed in that way. He's not used to having his eyes in the back of his head and having to turn and do it this way. And I think Vardiol eventually will get there, but I'd be very surprised if Vardiol right now could do the Stones role anywhere near, because I don't think he's got the game intelligence yet, in terms of, it's not just about having good technique, it's about having a 360 vision of the pitch all around you. And John Stones is excellent at that, but that's taken a lot of time to turn him into midfielder. It's taken him just doing it for years and years and years. Like, do you remember when John Stones actually tried it 2 or 3 years, about 3-4 years ago, and he got caught out and he looked okay, but it was in like a cup game, and he was like, yeah, he looked alright, but nowhere near as good as he is now. I'm Harbinger in the chat said even John Stones said he has a difficulty knowing his surroundings, and that's it. It's about knowing your surroundings. Midfield is the hardest position on the pitch because everything's around you. As a forward, you're looking back. As a defender, you're looking forward. It's so hard when you're in field, especially for a Guardiola side, because when you're for a Guardiola side, you get so little space because everyone presses and presses and presses. But with Nunes, it'll take time. My stance, I don't think we learned anything new about Nunes personally. I think we know exactly what we know. I think we do. With Vardiol, it'll take a little bit of time before he's got that. But give it maybe 2025. I think Vardiol might be able to give it a go. It's a while away, but I think eventually if he wants to. But maybe then he's just our first choice centre back anyway. So they are the things I wanted to talk about. Foden through the middle is an absolute must. I think he is key to this Manchester City side. His form right now is so good, and he's becoming the main guy. The title hunt is absolutely on. It absolutely is on. I would love to see the City side pick up a little bit of run of form. We could pick up this run of form. We could be excellent. Alvarez deserves the respect because he keeps delivering clutch goals. 15 out of 20 goals and assists he's got this season have been equalisers or match winners, which is so important. Big goals in big moments from a big player who just knows how to win. Grealish back to his best. John Stones, we have a problem, unfortunately. So they're the things I wanted to talk about. Once again, I do want to say, if you want to have a chance to win a signed and framed Phil Foden shirt, enter this competition in the link in the description below. Go and give it a click over on Football Prize. It's all totally legit. You could have that signed and framed Phil Foden shirt up on your wall somewhere at home, and it'd be a wonderful prize and a wonderful memento for all you Blues out there. Give it a check out. Guys, thanks for watching this. It's only a reasonably quick video because I'm going to go and get the little ones dinner ready and get him ready for bed. Thank you for watching. I'm in a very good mood. I think City yesterday were excellent. If you want to watch more content, of course, head over to my channel. I've got loads over there to watch from yesterday's game, including my match reaction, where I went through the whole game in a little bit more detail, as you can see. I'll show you over here now. And of course, I've got the fan review live last night, which was great fun. And of course, the watch long if you want to watch it back as well. Go and check out those videos. For now, though, have a wonderful evening. Happy Christmas again. And I'll see you tomorrow for another video. In a bit. Bye-bye.